Tonight on News 5 Live, DEA involved in drug plane investigation. Will more charges be filed? An arrest in a Belize City murder. Preparations underway for Belize Investment Summit, and St. John's Credit Union celebrates its 75th anniversary. Details of these stories and more coming up in tonight's newscast.
We have been a partner with SMART for over 10 plus years. We have a full SMART plan we use as our major driver for our business. We have a service that rolls over in that if you call one and it is busy, it rolls over to the next line. So once you call us, you can get us at any time. Before we got this SMART service, we were paying upwards of nearly $2,000 in phone bills. Since we've had our SMART service, we pay an average about $600. So we've had tremendous saving, more than 50%. For the businesses, if you want to save money, switch to SMART because it is far more cost effective and the service is excellent.
SMART continues to be innovative in bringing new technology and meaningful savings during these challenging times to businesses across Belize. Sign up for our VoIP technology or broadband packages and save more.
Have you ever wondered how to tell if someone is marriage material? Do you ever wish there was more to your marriage? Maybe you've asked yourself, how do I raise my kids the way God wants me to? Join us for our new series, Mixtape. We'll play through how God wants us to love the people in our lives one track at a time. Get ready to crank up the volume and tune in for advice God gives us in the areas that matter most.
Get a chance to win one of 13 great prizes with BEL's Customer Rewards. To qualify, all your residential or social electricity accounts must have no arrears by November 30th, 2021. You can win a family vacation to Grand Caribe for 2 nights or exchange for a $1,500 grocery voucher. 2 nights family vacation stay at Blues Inn or exchange for a $1,500 grocery voucher. And 11 winners of an $800 grocery voucher. Remember, to qualify, all electricity accounts must be cleared and prizes will be awarded to the account holder. Win big with BEL's Customer Rewards.
If you are ailing due to a chronic disease and are left permanently invalid before retirement age, you may want to check if you qualify to receive invalidity benefit. The invalidity benefit exists for persons who are unable to continue working due to permanent illness. To qualify, you must be under 60 years old, must be sick for 26 consecutive weeks and certified to be medically unable to perform any type of work, must have at least 5 years of paid SSB contributions and at least 5 paid within the 3 months leading up to your illness. If you do not qualify for the invalidity pension, you may be eligible for the invalidity grant. Want to know more about invalidity benefit? Visit our website or contact any of our offices to have someone assist you. Also, be sure to visit our Facebook page and give us a like to stay informed. Social Security Board, safeguarding you, your family, your future.
How can we support the emotional well-being of older adults during COVID-19? During the COVID-19 pandemic, and particularly while in quarantine, individuals, including older adults, may become more anxious, angry, stressed, agitated, or withdrawn, especially those who need healthcare assistance or have cognitive decline or dementia. Here are 4 strategies that can help you in supporting an older adult during this difficult time. 1. Communicate information and listen. Present with accurate, simple, and accessible information and facts about the COVID-19 outbreak, its progression, treatment, and effective strategies to prevent infection. Listen patiently to their needs and concerns. For older people with mild cognitive impairment or early stages of dementia, inform them of what is happening within their capacity and provide support to ease their anxiety and stress. 2. Promote positive mental and emotional health. Provide access to available mental health and psychosocial support services, also known as MHPSS services, for older adults and communicate when and how they can access them. Help older people keep regular routines and schedules as much as possible. You can also help them create new ones, including regular exercising, cleaning, daily chores, singing, painting, or other activities. Facilitate regular communication between older adults and their friends and families. 3. Help with medical needs. Make sure that older adults have at least up to 1 month of all the regular medicines that they may require. Explain how to use protective devices in a clear, concise way. Always be respectful and patient. 4. Assist with daily activities. Provide older people with details related to how and where they can get practical help if needed, like calling a taxi, dropping off supplies, having groceries delivered, and requesting medical care, as well as information on any locally available social support programs and services. For more information, consult the webpage of the Pan American Health Organization, www.paho.org/coronavirus.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Tuesday, November 9th. I am Sabrina Daly. Deputy Commissioner of Police Marco Vidal handed over the reins to ACP Alfred Greenidge as Commander of Operations on Monday, amid the fiasco that his men have gotten themselves into with the landing of another drug plane on the Southern Highway. Among the 4 policemen implicated in the incident, 3 were under his direct control as members of the Commander of Operations strike team, including his nephew, Corporal Elmer Nah. The Commissioner of Police has gone on record to state that there is nothing to indicate that Deputy Commissioner Vidal was aware of or was part of what was taking place on Thursday night near Bladen. Ironically, on August 31st, then Operations Commander Vidal, in addressing the mobile interdiction team during an award ceremony, spoke on the issue of police officers working in tandem with drug traffickers in the region to freight cocaine shipments through Belize. It would seem that those comments were addressed to members of the MIT. Oddly enough, the problem existed within his own unit.
As the MIT, we have to be strong, we have to be firm, and we have to be respectful to people, but at the same time, we have to take our job very seriously. And I become concerned when we start working along with the drug traffickers, because one of our primary functions is to stop the drug traffickers from getting their work done. And I become concerned when I understand that there is some move to assist these drug traffickers, right? When we can't be assisting them because of our functions, of our role, or our position that we hold. And I've been concerned about it, and it's a matter that I've discussed with Commissioner and will continue to discuss, and we'll be taking action on that.
Can I revisit a question that was put to you by my other colleague in the media on Friday with respect to either complicity or incompetence on the part of the commander of the operations? Because if at first there may not have been any clear nexus or information that would suggest that he knew or did not know, with the developments that have happened over the weekend, perhaps that has changed your perspective?
I just said a while ago that at this time there is no evidence to suggest that he is involved or may know, but it is still a matter being investigated. We're not going to rule it out per se, but it must be looked at to make sure.
The U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency is teaming up with the Belize Police Department to investigate the degree of involvement of local law enforcement officers in the landing of a narco jet last Thursday. It appears the elite strike team, formerly led by Deputy Commissioner of Police Marco Vidal, had been compromised, and the remainder of that unit was transferred to other areas of the department. With the DEA lending its expertise to the ongoing probe, will there be others facing charges for possibly colluding with the 4 accused officers? On Monday, Commissioner of Police Chester Williams spoke about the DEA's participation as well as the need for transparency throughout this process.
Our investigation continues. There are still a number of things that we are trying to get done in collaboration with the DEA agents, because they would have more resources than we do. I'm not going to say what are those other things that we will be doing, but whatever will be done is being done with a view to ensure that we strengthen our case. Yes, we have enough to charge now, but you know that the investigation is still ongoing. There are certain things that we need to do to strengthen the case, so we're going to wait for those. My perspective as a commissioner, I will do whatever needs to be done to ensure that all those who are responsible for this plane landing are held accountable.
Will there be an audit of the activities in this unit to sort of see if previous plane landings where the drugs, couldn't find the people, if those were also facilitated by people in this unit?
Well, of course, yes, the investigation is looking at every possibility. We are not ruling out anything, and that's the reason why we have a cross-section of investigators, and we have not keep away our international partners. Like I said, the DEA is a part of the investigation every step of the way, because at the end of the day, we want to show them as well that as a department, we are not covering up nobody, and we're doing what needs to be done.
In providing details of what transpired along the Southern Highway on Thursday night, Compal Williams described a firefight in which the responding officers were outmanned and outgunned by their own colleagues. Fortunately, no one was injured during the shootout. The battery of charges brought against the Narco 11 on Monday, however, doesn't seem to include the offenses related to the armed confrontation. Aside from inquiring about the additional charges, we asked the Commissioner of Police about the Ministry of Home Affairs' perspective on the matter.
Have you had an opportunity to speak with the Minister of Home Affairs, apprise him of what is happening, and perhaps get a perspective from him as to the way forward?
Of course, myself and my minister, we spoke every step of the way from the inception of this investigation. And between us, and the CEO, we do make certain decisions as we move forward. Tomorrow, I believe the minister will have a sit-down with the media and give you an update from the ministry's perspective.
Let me go back to a scenario that you painted on Friday in terms of an exchange of gunfire between the 4 officers who responded to the scene of the aircraft and the individuals who they met at the location. Are there also charges being brought against these individuals for being in that exchange of gunfire?
Yes, that I don't think it has been laid, but it will be laid.
We note that notwithstanding the commissioner's statement that there would have been a briefing with the Minister of Home Affairs, Tuesdays are reserved for cabinet meetings. Police have charged 24-year-old Malik Gentle for the murder of Adrian Hyde in Belize City over the weekend. Hyde was found stabbed to death on Sunday night on the veranda on the upper flat of a 2-story house at the corner of Vernon and Mopan Streets. Police said on Monday that Hyde had been socializing with others when he became embroiled in an argument with the suspect. Coming up, climate change talks are not moving fast enough for some small states. The latest from COP26 when we return.
Hello, friends. This is Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. The Bible says, I have seen something else under the sun. The race is not to the swift, or the battle to the strong, nor does food come to the wise, or wealth to the brilliant, or favor to the learned. But time and chance happens to them all. Here it appears that victory is determined by chance, by accident, or by good luck. But that's not what the case is. What it does suggest is that our victories in life are not necessarily dependent upon our human abilities and strength, but the sovereign providential acts of Almighty God, whereby He provides us with opportunities that seem to come at the right time and the right place. It simply becomes our responsibility to seize those moments and opportunities. This is why the Bible says, so be careful how you live. Don't live like fools, but like those who are wise. Make the most of every opportunity. In these evil days, we are constantly reminded that our times are in God's hands, that the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and He delighteth in His way. That to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. God wants you to know that He has a plan and a purpose for your life. You are to pursue it and plan for it, but know that ultimate victory and success is not dependent upon your efforts, but by recognizing God's divine will for your life and walking in it. Then you will often find yourself at the right place and at the right time. Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
Hello, welcome to Samsung's awesome experience right here in Belize. Come check it out. Not sure which Samsung Galaxy A series is right for you? Touch, play, and learn about your device before you buy. Once you've purchased your device, you can now benefit from the full Samsung service experience. Your phone is covered by a 1-year local warranty. This includes manufacturer defects and software and hardware issues caused by the manufacturer. Enjoy your phone with peace of mind knowing that your Galaxy is protected. And when your warranty expires, you can still bring it to our certified Samsung Repair Center. Our technicians will diagnose and repair your device with Samsung original parts and machinery. Enjoy the Samsung experience when you shop at any of our authorized partners countrywide, including Cellular World, Digi, Odette's Home Center, Debari, Tropigas, and Quartz. Join the Samsung experience in Belize today.
Did you know that the 2021 Belize Telephone Directory is now available? Get your free copy today at any Digistore, Quartz Belize, and A&R location countrywide. It's available in both regular and mini sizes and loaded with coupons to your favorite places. Use these coupons to save every day. Plus, download the Find Yellow mobile app and always have the directory with you. It's available in Google Play and Apple Store. For more info, log on to www.findyellow.com. The 2021 Belize Telephone Directory. Get yours today.
Yo, Belize, check this out. Magnum is giving away cash, television, speakers, Magnum packages, shirts, bags, and so much more in their Magnum Take Charge and Win Things this season Christmas promotion. Every week until Christmas, there will be new winners. All you gotta do is buy 3 Magnum from your favorite store, take a picture of your receipt, and WhatsApp it to +1 888 544 4723. Then stay connected to the Magnum SC Belize Facebook page weekly to see if you are one of our lucky winners. And if you still don't understand, then tune into our Mega Magnum virtual kickoff party on Saturday, November 13th, live at 5 o'clock, featuring the General Super G, Denise Castillo, and is hosted by myself, DJ Dalla, Miss Aisha, and DJ Dynasty. Lots of cash and giveaways at the party. So start buy your Magnum and take charge and win things this season. Exclusively distributed by Santiago Castillo Limited. Must be 18 and over. Drink responsibly.
Today, ministerial meetings continued at COP26 as countries try to finalize negotiations. The Caribbean region, through the Alliance of Small Island States, better known as AOSIS, has developed its position, which is shared at the ministerial level. But Dr. Colin Young, the executive director of the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center based in Belize, says so far the talks have been slow and not entirely transparent.
The last week has been rather very disappointing. This week, it's and probably by tomorrow, it will get into the sort of the very high-level segment of the negotiations, where the political leadership will take up a lot of the unresolved negotiating positions. We still maintain our 3 asks that we came here with. We want countries to take actions to keep 1.5 within reach. Right now, we are still at 2.7 degrees. So if we leave here and we don't get that, from that point of view, COP26 would have been a failure. And we would be feeling the effects of this for yet another year without any certainty as to where we will go. The second thing we want is for them to live up to their promise. $100 billion a year is not a lot when they have put trillions into recovery from COVID. If we leave here and there's not a credible pathway to 100 billion per year, and it's not transparent so that we can see who is delivering what to whom, we would have also had a failure on that. And on the third area, which is we need to finalize the rules so that the Paris rule book can be implemented. We're having challenges there too. Countries are posturing and they're delaying tactics on issues of transparency. You would think that everybody wants to be transparent. But we're having countries that are trying to hold transparency hostage because they want other asks. And things like Article 6 is also moving incrementally. So hopefully, better moral suasion and leadership will emerge over the next couple of days, and that we will get something in that Glasgow package that resembles these 3 asks that we as part of CARICOM and AOSIS has. And 1.5 is disastrous for us. Hurricanes will increase in intensity, droughts will increase, sea level will rise even more, inundating our beaches, causing coastal erosion. And if we think it's bad now, and it is bad, we don't want to see what will happen if it gets to 1.5 and above. So that is why we're fighting. That is why we lose sleep. That is why our negotiators are there until wee hours of the morning, trying to hold the positions and advocate for what is absolutely needed.
But is the COP all for nothing? The facts are that even as developed countries are making commitments similar to which was done in the 2015 Paris Agreement, the document is not legally binding, and as such, they are not obligated to comply. And the fund promised in Paris was not forthcoming either. Dr. Young says small states must hold the larger ones accountable.
It is very easy to lose hope and to lose faith in the multilateral process that is the convention. And you're absolutely right. This historic Paris Agreement that was signed in 2015,
6 years ago,
it's not legally binding. But had it been, we probably would not have had a Paris Agreement. what we're fighting for here is, in addition to the money that they promised to deliver 100 billion, which they have not, they've absolutely failed in that respect. And in terms of trying to keep 1.5 within reach, we are well past that based on what we've seen. But there's another part of the Paris Agreement that we are really pushing as the region, that is called the transparency portion of the Paris Agreement. What that does, even though it's not legally binding, we want to have a very transparent approach to how we look at all of what is being done. So if you say that you're going to give us a certain amount of money, then we want to have a transparent way of tracking how much you give, so that we know, and not just us, but everybody knows. And then there is this moral pressure that can be applied if you are just a talker and you don't do what you say you're going to do. All of the countries that are vulnerable ought to hold them accountable, just like how we should hold all of those in the G20 and hold all of those in the G7, because they're the ones responsible. The G20, 80% of all of the greenhouse gas emissions come from the G20. And out of the G20, you have 3 blocks, the EU, China, and the United States. They're responsible for 60%. The bottom 180 countries responsible for less than 4%. Come on, man. This is about what is fair and what is just and what is climate justice. And so we need to band together as small, vulnerable countries. And in Belize, we would say badmouth them when they don't live up to their obligations that is promised under the Paris Agreement.
The first ever investment summit featuring international personalities and business interests from several countries will open in San Pedro on Wednesday. The 2-day event will include speeches by local government officials and keynote speaker Stephen Harper of Harper & Associates. The event is expected to attract business to Belize by removing some of the bureaucratic measures that sometimes turn investors away. Over the next 2 days, Belizean business people will be meeting with their counterparts, both in person and in virtual sessions, to discuss potential business and investment opportunities in Belize. News 5's Marian Ali will be there. After the break, she didn't get a totally clean bill of health, but things are promising for a young cancer patient. The latest from Cordella Duran when we come back. But first, here is a look at the latest COVID-19 figures.
Improving lives, delivering quality. Water for you and me. In Belize, BWS, we make it happen.
Belize Water Services Limited is committed to improving the lives of Belizeans across the country. BWS is focused on improving service delivery to all our valued customers by continuously expanding our service areas to new customers. These improvements, which are spearheaded by the Board of Directors with the support of the government, will ensure delivery of this essential service to as many Belizean residents as possible. Despite the challenges of COVID-19, since April 2020, BWS has installed over 60,000 feet of water mains and connected 1,938 new customers to the water networks. In the last 7 years, BWS has extended 142 miles of water main to connect over 12,000 new customers. Other than providing safe potable water to thousands of new consumers, these water network investments have improved pressure and service continuity to existing customers. Infrastructure upgrades have also been completed from Roaring Creek to Tea Kettle Village, along with Esperanza to Santa Elena. Village residents can now enjoy improved water pressure in their homes.
I would like to say a big thank you to SIF and BWS for doing a wonderful job, for recognizing the need of the people in Sarawi. We're very grateful knowing that we can rely on something like having water in the village.
Works continues with upgrades to water mains in Cayo, Benque, Dangriga, Orange Walk, and Corozal. These upgrades allow for new service installations to families in the surrounding villages. And BWS has even more expansions in the pipeline. BWS also continues to invest in other areas to bring improved service to customers. The newly constructed Orange Walk branch office was officially inaugurated on September 15, 2021.
We're here to inaugurate this beautiful building, this very modern building, $1.5 million, quite impressive. And it goes to show the long-term commitment that BWS has not only to Orange Walk, but also to the country of Belize. More than ever, we're realizing that for our country to be able to grow, to expand, to prosper, we must have access to water. But not only water, but potable drinking water, healthy water that can keep our citizens healthy, so that with the extension that we can grow and continue to develop this beautiful country of ours.
Other investments include backup generators, electrical systems upgrade, and more modern information technology systems. These improvements are even more essential in order to serve customers properly and safely with the current COVID pandemic. To minimize service interruptions, BWS has invested $4.5 million over the last 10 years on electrical systems and generators, which is essential to minimize service interruptions to consumers. These have helped to deliver service continuity of 99.98% to BWS customers. With all the improvements and expansion of services, BWS is committed to continue reaching even more consumers with high-quality potable water and improved customer service.
Belize Water Services, delivering water and more.
Bundle the fastest, most reliable, unlimited broadband in Belize with your prepaid or postpaid mobile plan or Netflix. You can bundle your broadband with your prepaid and enjoy 50% off all national calls, plus get SMS and data. Paid plans? Then bundle with any speed and pay only $25 extra monthly to enjoy unlimited smart-to-smart calls, plus 500 minutes, plus 6,300 megabytes of data. Stream unlimited HD movies and TV shows with our broadband, plus the Netflix add-on for only $30 monthly, and enjoy streaming on your laptop, TV, phone, or tablet. Visit a smart showroom near you to sign up or upgrade to the bundle that's right for you. Smart, bringing people together.
A steering committee has been created to help develop a new curriculum for Belizean schools under a UNESCO and International Bureau of Education reform framework. According to the Ministry of Education, one of the main complaints received during recent consultations was that the current curriculum is overloaded. So a reduced version will be piloted to determine the impact on student learning, as well as student, teacher, and parent well-being. The newly constituted steering committee is comprised of Rosana Briceño, Ray Lawrence, Dr. Matthias Vieras, Salome Tillett, Father Antonio Anderson, Dr. Priscilla Brown Lopez, Dr. Janine Quiros, and Althea Jorgensen. The committee will be chaired by Dr. Luis Zabanet, and its secretariat will be led by Ms. Michelle Turton from the Quality Assurance and Development Services. The United States and Belize have signed a memorandum of understanding for the expansion of infrastructure and technical training at the National Forensic Science Service. The Forensic Crime Scene Office project includes construction of 3 scenes of crime offices, new forensic equipment, and training and advisory services for domestic technicians. The new workspaces will be in Belmopan, Dangriga, and Ladyville, paving the way for Belize's international accreditation by July 2022. The project is valued at over $750,000 Belize dollars. In recent years, the United States government, through the U.S. Embassy in Belmopan, has provided support to the National Forensic Science Service in the provision of forensic equipment, specialized vehicles, expert advisory services, and training to experts and administrators. Tonight, we bring you back to the story of an incredible 10-year-old girl who has been on a difficult journey to beat cancer. The last time we heard from Cordella Duran and her mother, they were preparing to take a medical trip across the border. Cordella was diagnosed with leukemia 3 years ago and has completed her chemotherapy. But she was unable to return to her doctors in Mexico to be examined due to the border closure and financial challenges. But after Cordella began feeling ill again, her mother made a public plea and organized a barbecue sale to help cover the expenses of the trip. The support they received made the journey possible. Here is Paul Lopez's update on her condition.
10-year-old Cordella Duran continues her journey to being declared cancer-free. Over the last week, Cordella and her mom took a medical trip to Mexico. Upon their return, we met with them to get an update on her condition.
When it comes to the update, the pain that she was getting, the doctor said it's not related to her leukemia, so that is the good news. But at the same time, he can't say that she's cancer-free. He said she's not cancer-free as yet, and he will determine that until 5 years after. So our journey continues.
I just want to hear the news I was cancer-free, but only God knows when I'm ready to ring that bell, but I just have to stick with faith.
Local businesses in the wider community were moved to give towards Cordella's trip after their story was first aired right here on Channel 5 3 weeks ago. Those donations made it possible for them to cover their cost to Merida.
I want to say thank you for putting us out there because, like I said, we got the help. We had the help. We were able to go to Merida, cover all our expenses. I'm very grateful. But there are a lot of business places that reach out to me, and I want to say thanks to them. Atlantic Bank, Freetown. We have Medina's. We have, let me see, Belmopan Lions Club. Project Jumpstart, Miss Janice. Miss Sandra Mala, who pushed our pass so that we were able to go. And to each and every one who chipped in the bank account, who stopped by at the house. Some people stopped by for $5, $10. I am grateful because it helped.
What was the experience like when you found out that so many people were listening to your story and so many people were willing to support you? They were here for you.
I was shocked.
Were you?
Yes.
Why?
Because I didn't expect it like that.
Cordella continues her recovery, anticipating her victory over cancer. Her mom continues to offer her unwavering support.
All I need to do is to continue to take care of her, stick to her diet, be as cautious as possible because since Cordella was diagnosed, Cordella having a childhood. She can't play with other children. She can't swim in public places. So it continues. But at least I am grateful to know that the pain is not related to her. So it gave me a peace of mind. But I wanted to hear that she was cancer-free. But after every storm, there's a calm. And we'll wait for that calm.
Thanks to everyone that gave us the money to go to Merida. Thank every one of you guys that make I got to Merida. Yes, I do not hear the news that I want to hear, but in the next 5 years, I will hear it. So once I stick with faith and think, I will hear my news that I wanted. This time, I actually want to hear the news, but I didn't get it. But I know God have a time that's ready for me soon. So I will get it in the next 5 years. I don't care what if my mom get old. I do not care what. Yes.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Just ahead, St. John's Credit Union celebrates 75 years. But first, here's a weather update with data from the Belize Met Service.
Over the years, vaccines have protected us from serious diseases like whooping cough, chickenpox, polio, measles, and others. Vaccines help your immune system do its job better and faster, and that protects you from serious diseases. Like a police officer, your immune system is always on patrol in your body looking for invading germs. When it comes across a germ, it begins releasing antibodies to fight the germ. These antibodies work to attack, weaken, and destroy the germ. The COVID-19 vaccine is no different. It will work to help your immune system fight COVID-19 effectively. You are important to your family and friends. Vaccines bring us closer.
Need a paint which offers superior quality and durability? Then the choice is easy. Designed specifically for your home's exterior, Benjamin Moore Ultra Spec EXT offers ultra smooth performance. It's easy to apply, has low odor, and is mildew resistant. Bring life to your home by choosing the color and sheen to suit your style. Benjamin Moore Paints, available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
It's a fact that your credit lasts longer when using Smart. During these times, we're all trying to find ways to cut costs and save the little resources we have. With Smart, it's easy to do that. It's a fact that with Smart, your credit lasts longer. You can call Smart to Smart and Smart to Digi using your promo credit, while with the other guy, you can only call OnNet, Digi, or BTL numbers. What does this mean? You get to call any national number using your promo credit. Your promo credit is free, so that call is also free. Know your facts. Don't be tricked by the other guy. Be smart and save your dollars.
As one of the largest cable and internet providers in Belize, CBC strives to provide our customers with the highest standards of quality, value, and service in all aspects of cable TV and internet. Monitoring our systems closely, our technicians combine creative planning and state-of-the-art technology with years of experience and training to develop and provide the most reliable and advanced cable and internet service to exceed your expectations. For CBC and our team of talented engineers, technicians, and customer service representatives, delivering less than the very best is never an option.
In some welcome news for the Carl Huchner Memorial Hospital, the Pan American Health Organization, World Health Organization, and the Government of Canada has donated 2 portable ultrasound machines with software and accessories to the National Referral Hospitals. The devices will be used for treating patients in the COVID-19 intensive care unit for evaluating the heart and lungs, 2 of the organs commonly affected by the virus. According to a joint release from PAHO and the Government of Canada, the size, model, and functionality of the portable devices allow for easy disinfecting while supporting patients and staff safety efforts. The KHMH staff will also be trained on the use and maintenance of the machines. St. John's Credit Union is celebrating its 75th anniversary this week, but many may not know of the humble beginnings of this financial institution. Over the years, SJCU has grown to include branches in Belmopan and Dangriga. Most recently, it opened a north side branch here in Belize City. News 5 spoke with Daisy Dawson, General Manager of St. John's Credit Union.
It's definitely a milestone for St. John's Credit Union, 75 years. That's a lot. And when we look back at where we started, it was 10 parishioners in 1946 of St. John's Cathedral who decided to put their resources together to provide services to the parishioners. So you had to be a member of the cathedral to become a part of the credit union. But in 1978, the bond was open to ensure that we would be able to allow other persons to become member of the credit union. And so it was renamed St. John's Credit Union Limited. So certainly, 75 is a lot of years, and when we look back to where we were and where we are today and what we have been able to achieve, it's certainly something to be proud about. And we must applaud and give thanks to our dedicated and loyal members who have been with us throughout the years. And also to take the opportunity to encourage other people to become a part of SJCU and its continued growth.
Since its establishment in 1946, the credit union has been instrumental in the development of the country, providing loans to its members in areas of education, healthcare, and home ownership.
We have been a credit union who has contributed to the development of Belize on a whole in terms of improving members' lives, providing loans for education, providing loans when there is that health emergency, and also to give back to the community in terms of our social responsibility. So we have come a long way. We have seen the growth. We have seen how we have impacted people's lives in terms of achieving their goals for their life.
Are there any activities that are scheduled for either the week, or how are you guys going about to either show staff appreciation or membership appreciation, if that were the case?
Yes, we have started already, like 2 weeks ago, and we had competition in terms of a team. We had competition, an art competition, where members and non-members could have participated and win prizes. And the team that was selected was Humble Origin, Progressive Transformation, SJCU 75 years of service and commitment to you. So we continue on that.
Up next, remembering a beloved teacher. A look at the impact of Alvina Cuellar on her students over the years. Stay with us.
What is the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine? The Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine is an RNA vaccine that triggers our immune system to develop antibodies against the SARS-CoV-2 virus that causes COVID-19. It helps to reduce hospitalization, severity of the disease, and death. What is the Pfizer vaccine made of, and is it safe? The Pfizer vaccine is made up of mRNA messenger ribonucleic acid, which are molecules that carry the genetic information needed to make proteins, lipid, salts, and sugar. It is safe for persons 12 years and older and does not contain the COVID-19 virus, hence cannot cause infection. Tests have shown that the vaccine is effective against current virus variants. Who should take the Pfizer vaccine? The Pfizer vaccine should be taken by persons 12 years of age and older who do not have severe allergic reaction after a previous dose of vaccine or have not had severe allergic reaction to any ingredient of this vaccine. 2 doses of the vaccine are required 3 weeks apart. If you are between the ages of 12 and 17 years, you are required to present a signed consent form before you are vaccinated. What are the side effects of the Pfizer vaccine? Some common side effects of the Pfizer vaccine are headache, fatigue, muscle pain, fever, chills, and swelling at the injection site. If side effects persist, contact your doctor as soon as possible. Does the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine prevent infection and transmission? No, vaccination alone does not prevent infection and transmission. We are still required to continue to wear masks properly, physically distance, wash and sanitize hands often, practice proper coughing and sneezing hygiene, and avoid crowds.
Is always with you, from live TV, sports, and on-demand titles. Choose your plan today. Plans start as low as $15 per month. My TV, entertainment, anytime, anywhere.
When something is good and you can save, That makes it even better. Like this guy, he buys Flex bundles using his promo credit. No worries when his primary credit is finished. He gets talk, text, and data for free. Or her, she calls her family internationally with her promo credit. And with data packages so affordable, she even does video calls. Smart continues to offer great deals and affordable promotions. As a small business owner, she saves when she uses her promo credit to call the other guys. All Smart customers enjoy more triple days and knowing they can use their promo credit, which just lasts longer. Smart, bringing people together.
The under-20 national football team defeated the team from St. Martin 6-1 earlier today. The Jaguars are currently representing Belize in the under-20 CONCACAF qualifiers in Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. Today's match saw Tyrese Augustin score the first goal at minute 12 in the game. 2 minutes later, Dejon Daniels scored the second goal. The third goal for Belize was scored at the 30th minute of the game by Eldon Renault. 15 minutes later, Kevin Higuinho gave Belize its fourth goal. 2 additional goals were scored in the second half for Belize. St. Martin's only goal was an own goal scored at the 34th minute of the game. On Sunday, the under-20 Belize Jaguars played against St. Lucia. That game finished with a 0-0 draw. So far, there have been 519 deaths attributed to COVID-19. In a place as small as Belize, which feels more like an extended family than a country sometimes, each and every loss hurts us all in some way. The staff of Channel 5, who like our media colleagues, have been covering the pandemic and helping our audience to keep up with the latest rules and regulations, advice, and recommendations. Never expected that the woman who has been a driving force in much of COVID coverage, our Marlene Cuellar, would have to experience the loss of her own mother to this terrible illness. Tonight, we remember Alvina Cuellar, as so many of you may too. Her 40 years as a teacher and an active unionist endeared her to so many people. Marian Ali has more.
What News 5 found her doing in the summer of 1996 was precisely what Mrs. Alvina Cuellar always did: dedicate her time to the development of Belizean children. This beloved teacher died last Friday at the age of 79, and her passing gives us pause to reflect on who she was. She was educated at St. Ignatius Primary, St. Catherine Academy, and the Belize Teachers College. Her career as an educator began early, at the age of 17, and took her to quite a few primary and secondary institutions in the Belize and Corozal districts. She was not only a mentor, but a friend to her many colleagues and students. Our Minister of Education, Francis Fonseca, told News 5 that Mrs. Cuellar had been a presence in his life.
She was a very, very close and dear friend to my parents, both of whom have departed. And so she was there with me at both of their funerals and supported me. So I'm very, very deeply saddened by her passing. She was, of course, an exemplary educator. She touched the lives of thousands of young people who had the good fortune of passing through her hands. She was firm, she was fair, but she cared deeply, deeply about her students.
One of those students was Faron Smith Jr., who attended St. John's College, where Mrs. Cuellar was the first female administrator as the assistant headmaster.
One day, at school, the PA, over the PA, they announced and said that I have to go see Miss Cuellar. So I just, I was like, okay. I got up and I went on my way. And when I got to the office, she told me, she was like, oh, so you're the guy that my daughters always talk about every day, right? And I'm like, whoa, like I didn't really know what to say. I was kind of afraid because she was a strict lady, and everybody knows that, you don't play around with Miss Cuellar.
Smith said that the visit to the office did not go as badly as he had expected. In fact, he discovered that even as a teacher, Mrs. Cuellar was open to learning something new.
She called me in the evening, and I went. I was passing, and back in those days, I would always have a cassette on me, and I would have songs on there that I was listening to these songs so that I could, make another show or just practice new dances. And I told her, just press play, and she did. And I started dancing. And back in those days, the new dance was the pepper seed, right? So I knew 100 zillion pepper seed, and I just started to dance. And by the time it was finished, Miss Cuellar was learning. She already learned how to do the pepper seed from watching me.
While students saw her lighter side, discipline was a key ingredient in the way Mrs. Cuellar dealt with not only her students, but all children in her life. Dr. Fernando Cuellar told us it was during their many home visits with his mom that he came to love this person he called his tia.
What remains most of the thing in my mind is her discipline, which I think is something woefully missing these days. No? She was a disciplinarian. You had to do the things right. You had to behave right and do the things for the correct reason. So that is what I will miss. She was pretty much the laugh and joy of the meeting. No? She had a very unique laugh, and when they were together, herself, my mom, and my other aunts, it was like little girls getting together with their jokes.
Mrs. Alvina Cuellar is survived by her 6 daughters, Tina, Selena, Melissa, Fidelia, Reina, and CEO of Channel 5, Marlene Cuellar. They will surely miss her laughter and so much more. Marian Ali for News 5.
Alvina Cuellar will be laid to rest on Wednesday. And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available in both text and streaming video at channel5police.com. You can also connect with us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/News5Live. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, please remember to wash your hands, keep your social distance, and stay safe. Good night.